All right, guys, Mikey here from Mikey's Iron Rage. And guys, I got another banger of a comparison video for use today. Between 2018, Mr. Olympia runner-up Phil the Gut Heath versus 2019 Mr. Olympia winner Brandon the Beast Curry. Now, one of the main reasons why I want to do this video is because supposedly Phil Heath is coming back to the 2020 Mr. Olympia, if you can believe that. And I mean, not for nothing, the 2020 Mr. Olympia might not even happen, even if they do it in December. So what I'm trying to say is Phil Heath is in full-on Palumboism mode, and there is no reversing that. And if Phil comes in at 250 pounds plus, he'll have a bubble gut still. The bubble gut's not going to go away. His stomach is just too blown the fuck out. So unless he comes in at 235 pounds, he's still going to look like shit, in my opinion. And I'm not just trying to hate on the guy, but I digress. So let's see how much better Brandon Curry was up against 2018 Phil the Gut Heath. Because I have a feeling that Phil is going to resemble what he displayed in 2018 and 2020. That's my opinion. But if Brandon improves that physique, no one is going to beat him, that's for sure. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this awesome Mr. Olympia comparison, just so we could see how much better Brandon Curry was in 2019 compared to 2018 Phil the Gut Heath. Because, we could easily very well see a similar matchup at the 2020 Mr. Olympia between Brandon and Phil. So guys, without any further ado, let's get it on. And we got the first pose of the night, the front relaxed. And I think I'm going to go with Brandon Curry. If this was Phil Heath pretty much any other year, I might go with Phil Heath. But he just looks so fucking bad. I mean, his midsection is so blown out. He's got no visible cuts to the quads. His quads are all washed out. I mean, he just looks like shit. That physique is in full-on Palumboism mode, guys. Where the midsection is the whole focal point of the physique, and then the rest of the body looks like it's melting. So all in all, my man Brandon Curry is going to get the first point for the front relaxed. Off to the next pose, and we got the side tricep. And look at Brandon Curry's side tricep. Look at how smooth it is. It looked nothing like it did at the 2019 Arnold Classic. So he was definitely using oil in those triceps. That's for damn sure. Phil Heath, on the other hand, he wasn't using any oil. He's got one big ass tricep, I tell you that. It's thick, nice and deeply cut, great silhouette. So Phil Heath is going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the ab and thigh. And if Phil Heath looked a little bit better like he did in 2013 or 2011 when his midsection was the tightest, maybe I'd go with Phil Heath. But, I mean, my God, does Brandon Curry look fucking phenomenal. He's got a tight waist, tight midsection, an unbelievable V-taper because his lats flare out so much. His quads, they're okay. They need to be more separated. That's the problem. His quads are pretty big, but they have no separation to the quads, in my opinion anyway. So all in all, Phil Heath is going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the front double bicep. And this is another one. I should really disqualify Brandon Curry from this pose because I know he's using fucking oil. Synthol, Isolin, whatever. He's using oil in those biceps. But I got to say, Brandon Curry's got one hell of a fucking great silhouette. Right, guys? Look at the silhouette. And now he leans his body to the right, making him look very aesthetic. Then you look to the right and you look at Phil Heath and you just see that fucking midsection. It's the focal point of the whole physique. Phil looks like shit in that pose. And his arms are down. So all in all, my man Brandon Curry is going to get the point. All right, guys, off to the next pose. And we got the rear lat spread. And I mean, my God, does Phil Heath have the best rear lat spread I've ever seen. It just got better as the years went on. Like I always say, it looks like a fucking piece of armor on his back. Then he always had crazy hams and glutes. And then look at the lower back. The lower back and the lat insertions are just ridiculous. So I'm going to go with Phil Heath. But usually Brandon Curry takes the rear lat spread. Because Brandon Curry's got one hell of a rear lat spread. That's how good Phil Heath's rear lat spread is. But I digress. All right, guys. Now we got the side chest shot. And I don't know, I went back and forth on this one, but I'm going to go with Brandon because Brandon's side chest is popping a little bit more. He looks a little more vascular. I think the silhouette looks a little bit better. Phil Heath's right arm is covering up that fucking left pec, and it just, I don't know. It looks like it's fucking deflating. So all in all, Brandon Curry is going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the front lat spread. And just look at how narrow Phil is in this pose. And guys, I'm not just trying to hate on Phil Heath. I'm not. And I'm not being biased at all just because I love Brandon Curry. But I mean, my God, look at the pictures. I mean, Phil Heath has got that big-ass midsection. He's got no fucking V-taper. His quads are all washed out. And, you know, Brandon Curry, on the other hand, he does have pretty big quads. It's just they're not separated. But Brandon Curry just looks like a complete, utter fucking beast in the fucking rear lat spread and the front lat spread. So all in all, Brandon Curry's going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the crab most muscular. And I don't know. Brandon Curry looks okay. He looked a little bit better at the 2019 Arnold Classic in this pose. I felt that he filled it out a little bit better. But I'm going to go and I'm going to give this one to Phil. I think Phil just fills the pose out a little bit better. Phil looks harder. Phil looks a little drier in this pose. And I think the silhouette looks a little bit better. But his stomach's hanging out. But I digress. All right, guys, off to the last pose of the night, and we got the rear double bicep. And this was a close one. This was closer than I thought it was going to be. And I was going to go with Brandon Curry, but I can't go against Phil Heath in the rear double bicep. I mean, even though he looks like shit from the front, he really looks good from behind. He does. He's got great traps, great lat insertions, great hams and glutes. His calves are on point, too. He's got great calves. And this is a rear double bicep. So his biceps look great. So do Brandon Curry's biceps and shoulders. But I don't know. I can't go against Phil Heath in that pose. So Phil Heath's going to get the last point for the rear double bicep. And let's tally them up, guys. We got Brandon the Beast Curry with 5 and Phil Heath with 4. But I guarantee you, if I had more pictures, it would probably be Brandon Curry 6 and Phil Heath 4. But I digress. So, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I hope you did. Mikey's Iron Rage. Peace out.